All right, High School Musical. We could all agree here that is probably one of the greatest pieces of cinema of our small window of existence. Me as a child just constantly picturing myself as Gabriella, just singing to Troy Bolton. We're soaring, flying. There's not a star in heaven. Why can't that be me? So to fill that gaping hole in my heart, knowing I will never be Troy's lover, I decided to venture on to different movies. Different high school musicals, if you will. And no, I'm not speaking of the sequels. I am, of course, speaking of the wonderful Sunday School Musical. High School Musical for those who believe in Jesus. Now, me personally, I'm not really a religious person for many reasons, but you know, that's not what's important here. What is important is how this movie has basically taken the concept of High School Musical and added church and, more importantly, freestyle rap. From my experience, I feel like every movie benefits from a good old-fashioned freestyle. And this movie went above and beyond when it came to that.
See me in the middle of the street, you would think I was a manhole. I got the rhymes people can't handle.
Now, a lot of you are wondering, how did I get through this movie? Well, you see, there is some new technology that has been released that has completely helped me to get through this entire movie. And it's called MANTA sleep. This is the only sleep mask that was able to get me through this entire movie without waking up. And thank God, Jesus, that they are the sponsor for today's video so you yourself can get one. Now, if you were like me, you got a little bit of sleep issues, you know, you got a little bit of sleep problems. I feel like most people have a good amount of sleep problems. And at the same time, a lot of people don't take those seriously. Well, I will have you know that sleep is an extremely important part of a healthy and happy life. And I honestly feel like too many people take sleep for granted. Well, with MANTA sleep, it makes things so much easier. This mask is perfect for any time you want to sleep. Maybe you want to take a nap in the middle of the day. Well, oh no, it's too bright. Just kidding, MANTA sleep. Oh yay, I finally get to sleep in, but oh man, the sun rises really early and it's gonna wake me up. Just kidding, MANTA sleep. And with your MANTA sleep mask, you get an extremely adjustable. When I'm talking adjustable, I mean these eyes come off, you could place them wherever you want, whether you be a Sid or a Jack Horner. Doesn't matter where your eyeballs are, they got a spot for you. And my favorite part about this is the MANTA sleep eye cups. Now sure, these do look like donuts, but you pop these bad boys in the microwave for 30 seconds, put it on the mask, and you got yourself a spa treatment. If you have dry or tired eyes, maybe you're stressed out, maybe you got eye bags like I do, maybe you have a headache, maybe you have a migraine, all of those things can be helped with these steam eye cups. So it's time to take your sleep seriously. You can use my code. So it's time to take your sleep seriously. You can use the link or my code in the description. You can get 10% off your order of MANTA sleep today. So now that everyone is well rested from getting their MANTA sleep masks, it is time to go to Sunday school. Everyone's favorite. Now, I know, y'all are thinking, oh, this is just ripping off High School Musical, but in all honesty, the content of the movie is quite different from High School Musical. But you know, with the cover art, I mean, it's pretty obvious where they were going with it. And whenever we really start getting into this movie, we understand who this was for. The writing is something that cannot be described, but must be experienced. There are scenes in here that you are not ready for, and I was not ready for. I mean, it's pretty obvious that it was written by someone who wanted to get some quick cash for those good, hard-working Christian families. You know the ones who don't allow you to watch Harry Potter because they're afraid you're going to start believing in witchcraft and wizardry. I feel like that says something about religion in general. If you've seen this movie, you probably had those parents who thought High School Musical was sinful and evil and the work of the devil. Well, thank God we have Sunday School Musical instead. And something I found quite interesting, the main character, Zachary, played by Chris Chapman, was actually an extra on the cast of the original High School Musical. And this movie was actually made by a company called Faith Films, known for classics such as 2012 Doomsday, The Day the Earth Stopped, and my personal favorite, Who Mania. More like who cares, am I right? And just to double down on the fact that this company's all about God and has nothing to do with money, if you go to Faith Films' website, they have a section called their catalog, which is just a bunch of clips of a few minutes of them walking around asking strangers basic questions about religion and God and the Bible. And each individual question, yes, Each video is separated by question, and each individual question is $3 each. And there are a lot of questions. Like, this catalog goes on for a while. Good thing Faith Films is all about God and religion and nothing to do with money. So the movie starts out with a fire verse from our main character, Zachary.
I got dreams, I got goals, and real soon they're all gonna be mine. I got dreams, I got goals, and real soon they're all gonna be mine. See, I got dreams, I got goals, and real soon they're all gonna be mine.
So I'm starting to get the idea this he's got some dreams, and he's got some goals. I don't know what they are. Like, well, what are these goals? You know, what are these dreams? I would love to hear. I would love to hear. All right, so in his rap, he mentions that he's really good at rhyming. And then he rhymes the word rhyme with time.
I'm sweet on my feet and I'm nice with my rhymes. I'm always on point, but I'm rarely on time.
And then if we look back at these lyrics,
we got people to see, things to do, places to go, and something to say. I hope you're listening.
Those aren't rhymes. I'm not sure, but you know, I'm digging it. I like it. It makes me want to go to church. Finally gets to Sunday school musical, and they're having a singing competition to see who will go to the next stage of the epic church choir. And Zach's choir is good, and there's this other choir who they suck. Like, they're tone deaf.
Strings of mercy,
However, there was a third choir that was supposed to be there. They didn't show up, and then both of them ended up advancing to the finals, and the grand prize is 10,000 smackaroonies. Now, I'm just gonna lay this out as a big old blanket statement, because I don't want to nitpick every individual, like, error and problem with this movie, because there's a lot. The audio's horrible. Like, the blatant overdubbing, the out-of-sync lips, moments of just really loud and really soft audio. It's just all over the place when it comes to that aspect. But remember, it's a small indie passion project, and I'm sure they put a lot of effort into this movie, guys, all right? Give them a break. And just when you think that first rap of this movie couldn't get any better, they end up breaking out into freestyle. Not only freestyle, but some mad beatboxing.
Rock the beat. I train hard like a Mando soldier. I'ma be just like my pops when I get older. But when is it over? Even though I miss him a lot, I know.
You know, I'm starting to realize the only reason this freestyle part was in here was just to say that his dad is in the war. I was so distracted by how shit the freestyle was, I honestly completely missed the fact that he was saying, oh, my dad's gone. I'm sad. I don't like that my dad's gone in the war because I'm sad. All right, so then we get to see a little bit of Zachary's home life. So his father is in the military and he is gone. And his mom just admitted that she lost her job and they're going to have to move to somewhere else in order to stay afloat. And obviously Zachary's response is anger?
The hospital made some cutbacks and a lot of people lost their jobs, and I just happen to be one of those people. And I've talked to your Aunt Janet and...
Aunt Janet, that's like 45 minutes away.
Okay, just listen.
For you, maybe. I mean, what about my friends and my choir?
This isn't easy for any of us, okay?
So we got basically a single mom working her ass off to take care of her entire family. And then she comes home, says, hey guys, I got laid off. This is completely unfair and out of nowhere, and unfortunately we're gonna have to move. And Zachary's response is just getting mad at his mom and saying, if Dad were here, this would never happen.
Dad was here, we wouldn't have to move.
That's not fair.
Whatever.
Like, within 12 minutes of this movie, they already made the main character extremely unlikable. Oh boy, I can't wait to talk about the amazing background music that we got in this movie. Is he angry? What? Was that supposed to be anger? Of course, the classic response to being upset and angry. Dancing.
Fuck you, Mom. Fuck you, Mom.
This is what I'm talking about when I'm saying these writers have absolutely no clue how human interaction works. So he goes to his friend and his number 2 in the choir, Andrea. And he's like, yeah, my mom got laid off. We don't have any money anymore. We're gonna have to move. Her response, are you serious? Did you think about that before coming to me? Did you think about deciding that before coming to me? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Her mom lost her fucking job. Does anyone have any sympathy whatsoever?
I can't believe this. I can't believe you're leaving. What about the group? I want to feel for you, but you can't just leave like this.
Hey bro, I'm trying to feel for you, but I'm more upset for myself in this situation. You piece of shit. How dare your mom lose her job? And then they have an entire song of them arguing with each other. And it's just so hilarious because Zachary's like, hey, you're selfish, you know, you only care about yourself. And she's like, hey, wait a minute, you should have thought about this before leaving.
When you're the one skipping town right before we finally get the chance to go to States, guess that ain't important to you.
It's your fault that you're leaving town. Man, these writers went hard when it came to this dialogue. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. So anyway, Zachary goes to a new school. So technically this is a high school musical because they're in a high school. Anyway, then we meet Savannah, who's like the leader of the high school choir. Oh, Zachary, you're so quirky. And then we get another completely non-human scene where she tells him how to crack an egg properly. And then he says, thanks, boss. And then she just gets really pissed off. Like she gets extremely angry that he called her boss.
Thanks, boss.
What's that supposed to mean?
You think you can do it better than...
You take over, boss.
Half cup of sugar.
I can do it.
Like, there's no way humans wrote this movie, right? Like, humans, there's no way. How do you not understand basic human interaction? This is not how humans work. I'll do it, boss. And we also have a nerdy character. It's just the basic nerdy stereotype Miles, who's just a nerd about God. You know, normally it's like math nerd, geek, you know, anything like that. Nope, he's just a nerd. He's a geek about God. He's geeking out. And then we get a solo ballad song for Zachary. And honestly, this is probably the only song in the entire movie that isn't completely trash. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not good in any way, but like, he has a decent voice, so it works out. Like, honestly, some of the singers in this movie, they're not even terrible. They have some decent voices, you know? They're not, like, perfect, but they're pretty good. So not only is Zachary completely ungrateful to his mother for, you know, taking care of both of them while his father's at the war, you know, he's off doing military stuff. Savannah is the exact same way, completely ungrateful to her single father. So anyway, daddy comes in. He's a good old church boy talking about going to church tomorrow morning, holding his good old-fashioned Bible. But he's doing good fatherly stuff. You know, he's helping out his daughter with homework. He's being kind and, you know, understanding with her. And he gave her extremely solid advice when she's overwhelmed and stressed out.
If you ever get overwhelmed, you can do what your mother used to do. She would simply put a piece of bubble gum in her mouth and she would blow a big bubble.
Chew on some gum, blow bubble, you know, stress be gone. So anyway, Savannah and Zachary, they start, you know, giving each other the eyes here and there, having little hints, doing a little side eye, like, hey, what's up? You know how it goes with high schoolers. Savannah kind of hints at, hey, bro, since you're not at your old choir, you want to help us out? And if I didn't make this clear already, the choir in this school is actually the extremely awful choir at the beginning of the movie. And she believes if Zachary joins, it'll change everything, which I just want to say is absolutely ridiculous. Like, just because one member joins doesn't make everyone just not tone deaf. But coincidentally, Zachary got in trouble, and the nerd gave the teacher an idea to actually make him clean the chalkboards in the choir room. And again, we hear this choir absolutely tone deaf. Terrible, so bad that Zachary leaves laughing and is like, yeah, I ain't gonna be able to help you guys. You guys need a miracle. I want to keep driving that home, the fact that none of these people can sing whatsoever and they all are tone deaf. Because what happens later is just insanity. And then we get this scene where Zachary is just bored in class. He's completely zoning out, goes to the bathroom, and then dances, starts breaking out in a number. You know, he's doing this. He's doing this stuff, right? He's doing this stuff. He's doing this stuff, right? Yeah. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. But since Zachary is such a miracle worker, you know, just the greatest mind of our time when it comes to choirs, we go back to his old choir. They all suck now. Every single one of them. Like, they pick terrible songs. They sound awful. They sound flat and toned down. It's perfect. Somehow Zachary carries this magical charm that just makes everyone sing better. But Zachary getting that itch, getting that choir itch, you know, down in the goodie area, you know, scratch, yeah. Whoa. He decides to take a peek on their high school choir, see what's going on. So he walks in and gives the greatest advice of all time. Just do your own thing. Be yourself, you know?
With my old choir, we used to put our own spin on things. We just did whatever we felt, and then songs became ours.
And with those few lines, their choir just took off. All of them stopped being tone deaf. They all started singing amazingly. This bro was shredding on the harmonica. All from a few phrases.
And Savannah, let me hear you sing.
Hey, ho.
Oh, okay. Whoa. All right. Oh, okay. Let me rephrase that. All right. Not everyone got better. Well, we'll just say that. Not everyone in the choir got better after. Okay. I swear this entire video is just turning into sing review. You guys want me to bring back that? You want to bring back that? You want to talk about Joji again? You want to talk about Joji again? No. Fuck that. But anyway, they all break out in a perfect dance routine. Everyone starts singing. Everyone's better. We got a harmonica going and shit like that. And she's like, wow, I can't believe you fixed all of us. We all sound so good now. That's crazy. We could totally win. So anyway, Zachary goes back to his old choir just to chat with them, see what's up. And he's like, yeah, so I did join the other choir, you know, wanted to help him out. And they're like, traitor, you are a traitor. I hate you. You're the worst human scum ever. Because remember, guys, Zachary has the power of God. Oh shit, I think it's all coming together. Any choir he walks into instantaneously can sing better. They all could dance better. They could do everything better. Because Andrea even mentioned, well, now that you're in the group, maybe they're gonna be better than us.
What are you talking about? Are you really a part of that choir now?
So you think they're competition now?
Well, maybe now they are.
Then we get this confusing, crappy middle song where the nerd Miles and Savannah just like get into a sing fight where he's like, hey, I want to keep things the way they are. And she's like, oh, I want to bring him in. And it's just weird. Honestly, that's the only way I could describe it. And then we just got to add conflict just to add conflict. So basically, Zachary's just doing so freaking terrible in school. And his teacher's like, hey, if you don't get a C or a B on your next test, no more choir for you. Because he hasn't even decided to be in the choir yet. He hasn't. He walked in one time, gave him a little bit of help. She's like, hey, could you join the choir? He's like, I don't know yet. He hasn't even joined. He hasn't even joined the freaking choir. And she's already like, I gotta take you out of it. And just like Zachary said to his mom, Savannah says to her father. So her dad accidentally shrunk her favorite shirt and she gets extremely pissed off about it.
You shrunk my favorite shirt.
I'm sorry.
I can't believe this. Things like this never happened before.
Before your mom?
Dad, get out of my room.
And her dad obviously is a new single dad. Like her mom died a few months ago. He's like, hey, like, come on, I'm doing my best. Like I can get you a new shirt. Everything will be fine. If mom was here, this would never happen. Like, come on, come on. Like, I get it. Your mom died and shit, but why has everyone got to bully the single parent, you know? Like, they're doing their best. Daddy was doing great. He was doing awesome with how he was talking to her until he said,
sometimes we don't understand why God gives us the challenges that he does. He has a plan for you.
God gives us our strongest challenges. He has a reason for everything. God gives me the strongest shits. And, you know, I ain't complaining about it. I ain't whining. I'm being a brave boy about it. Zachary gets a little bit of tutoring about the Bible by Savannah. You know, breaking down each stanza and making it extremely complicated to something that isn't really that complicated. And right when we're getting close to the finale, you know, the big choir moment, find out that the church doesn't got no money no mores. And the church choir that Andrea is a part of and Zachary was a part of is going to be disbanded and they're not going to be able to compete in the thingy, the church off. And then like she's been doing the entire movie, Andrea basically blames Zachary for everything.
While you've been busy with your new choir, Hawthorne Church is shutting down. No church, no choir, and we can't go to States. Guess you left just in time.
While you're busy with your new choir, our choir is getting shut down and it's all your fault. So anyway, they come up with the idea to take both of their choirs and just shove them together. That's basically it. They're just going to put both of them together and they both compete together. They're a little bit skeptical about it at first, but they come around and Audrey's like, fine, I'll freaking do it. And this is just a prime example of why the audio in this movie is so goddamn bad. Because I was so confused on what was happening in this scene. Like, what are they staring at each other for? Who's mad? Why are they mad? What's going on? And then you find out after a few times of them doing this that apparently Andrea was just yelling over everyone and too loud.
Andrea, you're too loud.
Well, I can't hear myself sing over his piano.
All I could hear is just a bunch of singing. Like that, no one was louder than anyone else. And just like always, Zachary comes in, starts singing a little ditty. Everyone's happy. They're all like, let's get along. We're all best friends now because Zachary's here. He's God. You know, he controls everything. He's pulling the strings. He's the puppeteer. And we all are just the puppets. Again, the choir starts breaking out into dance and singing. And again, all of them miraculously can sing on key and on pitch. All right, so we get to the finals and they're up against this one choir who's like won for the past 3 years and they're very scary and really good. But it was funny because like they kind of sucked. Like the entire song was just singing, in the morning I praise, in the evening I praise. And then they just repeat praise. And that was the song. Like they repeated that like 12 different times.
In the morning I praise, praise. In the evening I praise, praise.
I guess they had to make sure their performance wasn't too good so they wouldn't have to come out with a really, really good performance that'll outdo them. But anyway, the leader of that group ends up going to one of the judges and he's like, hey, yo, they're a double choir. They joined forces in order to beat us and we're scared. So unfortunately, they get disqualified. But you want to know how they were able to go back and sing anyway? You want to know how they convinced the goddamn judge? God. The Bible. They literally out-Bibled the judge in order to get him to let them in.
To quote Zechariah 7:9, administer true justice, show mercy and compassion, and that in turn is what we ask of you.
God did. You know, saying God did. So, let us in. So anyway, they do their little ditty, they do their number, and everyone's cheering. Everyone's like, oh yeah, good job, you won. And then obviously they're disqualified, but guess what? Guess what?
God did.
The ones in the red shirts, I don't remember the name of their school. They're like, you know what? Give it to them. Give them the $10,000 because they're just better than us. Zachary's dad comes in and, watches him do his little ditty and stuff like that. And that Sunday school musical. What a ride. What an enjoyable experience that I thoroughly enjoyed throughout and will definitely watch again. If you guys liked this video, if you guys feel like praying after this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit me, punch me, do it. Come on, pussy. Well, what are you scared? What are you scared? I get it. I'm a pretty scary guy, Watch out.